Shabbat Shalom. It's great to be with you, and hold on a second. I have obviously a sound problem here. Turn it on. Let me close this page. There we go. We'll start that again. Happy New Year, everybody, and Shabbat Shalom for our early New Year's Eve service. Welcome. It's always wonderful to be together tonight, virtually only, hopefully back again soon, both in person and virtual. If you are with us on Facebook or YouTube, put a comment in the chat so that other people know you're there. Our service tonight's going to be a little more compact and a little different than our 7:30 service, but still hit the highlights of our regular Shabbat, our regular Shabbat service. Cantor Paul is on vacation tonight, so I'm here, and we'll have some music contributed from Dr. Randy Polvoy. So we're ready to go. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. 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 Well, kick up your feet because the week is gone. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Well, Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Well, kick up your feet because the week is gone. We're going to talk about our candles and our Kiddush and our challah and about being together. Some of the things we have on Friday night that help to make it Shabbat. We've got candles, Kiddush, challah each other, 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 candles, Kiddush, challah each other. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Well, Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Well, kick up your feet because the week is gone. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. 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 Well, kick up your feet because the week is gone. Ma yafeh hayom. Shabbat Shalom. How beautiful is this day. Shabbat Shalom. Ma yafeh hayom. Shabbat Shalom. Ma yafeh hayom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Ma yafeh hayom. Shabbat Shalom. Ma yafeh hayom. Shabbat Shalom. We're going to kindle our Shabbat candles. I'm going to see if I can move them in a way that you can see them. There they are. If you have Shabbat candles that you're lighting at home, you can light them along with me. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner Shel Shabbat. Moving the candles out of my way so I don't light myself on fire. And I'm going to just put in the chat again, if I can get it to copy properly. All right, I pinned a comment in the chat on Facebook, so it should be at the top of the chat that gives you a link if you want to have an online prayer book, both a free one that's a little more rudimentary in version or a place to download the Kindle app. We are the Shabbat version for the pages that I will share with you. We are going to continue with Lecha Dodi. If you have a prayer book at home, Lecha Dodi is on pages 20 and 21. And as is our custom, before we enter into Lecha Dodi, we will take a moment to review the week, to think about all the things that have happened since last Shabbat. Perhaps while we don't have a long time to do this, you might think about, even as we end the year, a few of the big moments of this year. And then we will come back together for Lecha Dodi on pages 20 and 21. Again, pages 20 and 21, we'll sing verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. Lecha Dodi likrat kala yalalai 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 b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala yalalai 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 b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad Hishmianu El Hamiyuchad Adonai Echad Ushmo Echad L'Shem Ultiferet V'li Tchila Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Yalalai 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 B'nei Shabbat Nekabela Lecha Dodi likrat kala yalalai 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 b'nei Shabbat nekabela likrat Shabbat lechuven elcha ki mikor habracha merosh mikedem nesucha Sof Maaseh b'machshava techila Lecha Dodi likrat kala yalalai 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 b'nei Shabbat nekabela Lecha Dodi likrat kala yalalai 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 b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Verse 5. Hitoreri, hitoreri, kiva orech, kumi ori, uri, uri, shidaberi, kevod Adonai, alayich nigla, lecha dodi likrat kala, yalalai, 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 b'nei Shabbat. Nekabela lecha dodi likrat kala yalalai 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 b'nei Shabbat nekabela. We face the entrance to our home as we welcome the Shabbat presence into our homes and into our hearts. Boi v'shalom, hateret bala, gam b'simcha uvesola, toch emunei am segula, boi chala, boi chala. Lechadoti likrat kala yalalai 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 b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lechadoti likrat kala yalalai 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 b'nei Shabbat nekabela. We continue on page 26 with Chatzi Kaddish. Yitkada v'yitkada shemei rabba b'alma divrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei b'chayechon uvyom echon uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael bagala bagala uvizman kariv Veimeru, Amen. Yehi Shemei Rabba Mevorach, Leolam Olomei Almaya, Yitbarach, Yitbarach, V'yishtabach, V'yitpa'ar, V'yitromam, V'yitnaseh, V'yitadar, V'yitale, V'yitalal, Shemei de Kurisha, Berechu, Le'ela min kol birchata, V'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiram bi'alma v'imeru. Amen. We stand in body or in spirit for Baruch Hu, our call to prayer, page 28. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamevorach. Baruch Adonai Hamevorach Hamevorach Leolam Vaed. Hamevorach, Hamevorach, Leolam Vaed. Page 30, last three lines in the Hebrew. El Chai v'kayam, Tamidim lo chaleinu leolam vaed, Baruch atah Adonai, Hamariv Aravim. We continue on page 34 and page 35 with Shema Yisrael. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. If you're standing, please be seated. We're going to continue with Ve'ahavta on page 36. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha v'chol levavcha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol meodecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'veitecha uvlechtecha v'derech uvshochbecha uvkumecha ukshartam leot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha uchtaftam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha leman tizkeru v'asitem et kol mitzotai v'yitem kedoshim le'Elohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim liot lachem le'Elohim ani Adonai Elohechem Adonai Elohechem Emet. As we cross over the sea from a new into a new year, leaving 2021 behind and moving into 2022, we sing our song of crossing over, Mi Chamocha, page 40. Yada die 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 yada die 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 yada die 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 yada die 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 yada die 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 yada die 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 yai die 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 mi chamocha bailim Adonai mi chamocha nedar bakodesh norat hilot osefele Osefele Malchutcha ra'u vanecha Bokeyam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam Malchutcha ra'u vanecha Bokeyam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam Yada dai 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 yada dai 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 yada dai 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 yada dai 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 yada die 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 yada die 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 yai die 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 Zezeli anu ve'ameru Adonai imloch leolam leolam vaed yada die 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 yada die 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 yada die 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 yada die 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 yada die 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 yada die 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 yai die 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 V'ne'emar ki v'ad Adonai et Yaakov ugalo miyad chazak mimenu Baruch atah Adonai yada die 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 yada die 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 yada die 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 yada die 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 yada die 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 yada die 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 yai die 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 Gaal Yisrael. We give thanks for Shabbat, for the rhythm that it gives to our life and to our year, for the pause it gives us to reconnect, to
ourselves, to God, to community, to all those things that are part of our life. So we give thanks for all of that. Join in Vishamru. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, lasot et ha-Shabbat לדורותם ברית עולם, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית olam. We move into our Amidah Prayer, which begins on page 46. I invite you to rise in body or in spirit. Adonai sifatai tiftach, ufi agid tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Page 48. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'Konei Hakol, V'Zocher Chastei Avot v'Imahot, U'Mevi Geula Livnei V'neihem, L'Ma'an Shemo V'Yahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen. Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Vezrat Sarah. Page 50. Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechaye HaKol atah, Rav Lehoshia, Mashiv HaRuach, Umorid HaGashem, Mechalkel Chayim Bechesed, Mechaye HaKol Berachamim Rabim. Somech noflim verofech olim, umatir asurim, umekayem emunato lishenei afar. Micha mocha baal gevurot, umido melach, melech memit umechaye, umatzmiach Yeshua. V'ne'eman atah l'hachayot hakol. Baruch atah Adonai mechaye hakol. Page 52. You are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Baruch atah Adonai Ha'el HaKadosh. Please take a few moments for silent prayer. Then we'll have a musical contribution from Dr. Randy Polivoy.
Well, Shabbat Shalom to everybody out there, and Happy New Year. Shabbat Shalom, Rabbi. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. You're a little muffled, but I can hear you.
Oh, gosh, I have my mic right here by my mouth. I thought it would be nice and clear. I don't know why it's not. Is that any better?
A little bit. Yep. We can hear you.
Okay. It's a little strange to be back in this format after being live and in person for a while, but in any event, here we are, hopefully just for a short time. Well, with the coming of the year, and it's been a challenging one, as was the year before, I wanted to, of course, play on what I did last year and have some fun. So I concocted an arrangement of kind of a ragtime arrangement that incorporates Auld Lang Syne, the old New Year's favorite, and some music of Broadway. And so here it is, my potpourri arrangement of Auld Lang Syne and several tunes from Fiddler on the Roof. Hope you enjoy it. Allow me to move my mic back in place here.
Thank you so much. Wonderful way to bring in the new year. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. I'm going to share with you a little bit. We are in our place. We just started last week in our Torah with Shemot, the first portion of the book of Exodus, which of course is kind of that master story of the Jewish people. We remember each week as we sing Mi Chamocha in our service every day. Traditionally, it's part of our daily service. That's in our Siddur, in our prayer book. And in this week's Torah portion, we have the first 7 plagues, and Pharaoh's heart is tested again and again during this chain of plagues that God inflicts upon Egypt. How strong or heavy or light will Pharaoh's heart be? Again and again, the Torah characterizes Pharaoh's stubborn persistence to hold on to the Israelites as deriving from his hard, heavy heart. Such strength seems not to indicate only firm resolve, but also a lack of compassion. The plagues rain down upon Egypt's waters, dust, fields, and houses, and upon the bodies of the Egyptians themselves. But Pharaoh doesn't seem to care. He will not submit. Then, as we approach the last stages of the plagues, we find for the first time that God says that a plague is being sent not to the crops or to the landscape of Egypt or to the skin of the people, but to Pharaoh's very heart. We read in this portion, "For this time I send all my plagues toward your heart and into your servants and your people, so that you may know that there is none like me in all the land." So until now, the plagues were something that happened out there to them. And then Pharaoh's heart reacted to what happened out there. This time, the plague is being sent directly into his heart. So how is this? How do our commentators understand this? Well, first, this is the plague of hail. And Ibn Ezra, the great Spanish commentator, explains that because this plague was accompanied by thunderous blast and fire, it was the first to actually frighten Pharaoh. It went into his heart. And Sforno, another commentator, explains that from here on out, the plagues would persist, all of the plagues, even after they physically disappeared. They would persist to reverberate in Pharaoh's heart because of their lasting effects. According to these commentators, a turning point had occurred in the way the plagues were being experienced. Pharaoh's thick skin, if not his hard heart, was pierced, and he was affected emotionally. Now he could finally see the wreckage he was calling down upon himself and his people. Do we sometimes find ourselves in similar situations? Are we sometimes able to let the disastrous challenges of social attitudes and policies penetrate beyond our denials and procrastinations? Are there times that our heart is open enough that we can see that even sometimes things that perhaps serve us well don't serve our society when we look at the suffering of those around us? This is a time as we enter the new year to examine our heart. Is it sometimes calloused and hard like Pharaoh's? Do we let the pain of the world in? And perhaps we pray in this new year that our hearts may be softened and that they may be opened to one another so that we can bring healing to our relationships and our community and to our world. Shabbat Shalom. We're now going to turn to our prayer for healing, Misha Berach. It's on page 253, in the middle of the page, 253. And for those of you, I will read the names of those who are on our congregational list that I have here, but if you have names you want to mention in the chat, please feel free to do so.
Mi shebeirach Avotenu Mikor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. We ask for blessings of body, of mind, of spirit upon all of those in need of healing, and on those who are on our congregational list: Rebecca Gilman, Hannah Fields Austin, Sue Toback, Paula Steinbach, Rosalind Lefkowitz, Ellen Weinfeld, Pam Poliakoff, Connie Shapiro, Kathy Blumenfeld, Caitlin Antrim, Judith Bosworth, Kathy Brewster, Jennifer Rudin, Marion Snyders, Kimberly Zimmerman, Brad Holland, Beatrice Caden, Meg Silton, Serena Postal, Bobby Kay, Marilyn Freeman, Robert Strober, Joe Kummerman, Marilyn Lubarsky, Ellery Einstein, Ken Mitchell, Patricia Kramer, Bavini Feldman, James Cecile, Esther Bespris, Joan Morse, Nomi Kravitz, Craig Sachs, Simon Saul, Blair Pollock, Myra White, David Grossman, Daniel Brewster, Lori Snyder, Jeremy Knoller, Charity Razade, Mike Klein, Lily Morrison, Reed Gratz, Sarah Kojman, Richard Handley, and all those that we hold in our hearts. Mi shebeirach imotenu mikor habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. Just a few announcements. I'm going to make the announcements this evening. The most important announcement is to please check every week your congregational email that comes out, your TBI update that comes out on Thursday, especially in these rapidly changing times. There could be things that are canceled or changed or different kinds of things like that. So please take a look. There was notification that went out to anybody who had already bought tickets, but our Nefesh Mountain concert that was scheduled for January 8th has been postponed, not canceled, but postponed till a little later due to the changing COVID situation, which affects not only us, but there are other venues out here on the West Coast. So just to know that that is not happening on January 8th. There is Jewish Community School, JCS, this Sunday, regular time at 9 a.m. We go back. This is our day back after winter break. So 9 a.m. JCS. So we have that going on. And let's see what else. The those are the primary things. So please just check that for upcoming learning opportunities, upcoming worship opportunities, and other kinds of programs that are happening throughout TBI. There's upcoming Brotherhood events and Women of TBI events. So just keep an eye out for all of that. And we're gonna turn now to page 282. In the middle of the page, for Aleinu L'Shabeach, we rise in body or in spirit. Aleinu L'Shabeach Ladon HaKol, Latet Gedula Leotze Breshit, Shelo Asanu K'yeh Haratzot, Velo Samanu Kamishbechot Adama, Shelo Sam Chelkenu Kahem, Vegor Aleinu ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. Page 287. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד. Page 294. We take a moment to remember those who have been important in our lives and have left this earth, those who have died in recent days or at this time in years past. And while I will read the names that are on our Kaddish list, please feel free to mention additional people that you're thinking of in the chat as well to share with our community. We remember the recent deaths of Sima Saul Betts, sister of Simon Saul, of Tom Irvin, father of Katie Loeb, Ruth Bornstein, mother of Sharon Stein, and Joan Harris, cousin of Adele Harris. We remember the Yortzites, the anniversaries of the deaths of Mary Dropkin, Bahia Brewert, Clara Pfluger, Beatrice Frankel, David Frankel, Elliot Rose, Herman Tashman, Eunice Beale, William Bogatz, Laura Bresloff, Norman Diamond, Sam Friedman, Mark Geller, Elias Sefcovic, Charles Weinstein, Sylvia Axler Schaefer, Lizzie Drozen, Adrian Gardner, Esther Goodman, Judith Immerman, Moshe Kojman, Terry Lobus, Henry Salin, Abraham Sowelson, Bessie C. Weinstein, Michael Anticol, Helen Baker, Florence Jenis, Maxine Lerner, Dr. N. Walter Neft, Abraham Nidich, Belle Offstein, Sarna Rebun-Hoben, Jack Rotman, Samuel W. Zaslov, Murray Fandel, Kalman Flicker, Dorothy Glick, Frida Horn, Moshe Horn, Jay Horwitz, Frida Schenfeld, Sholom Schulman, Frank DePrisco, Edward Friedman, Lawrence Gilbert, Carol Goldstein, Flora Klein, Rita Silverman, Abraham Elhai, Samuel Freeberg, David Hurwitz, Max Cantor, Sarah Cantor, Dale J. Laub, Anita Levin, Jesse Levitt, Arthur Licht, David Resnick, Edith Sachs, Rabbi P. Smaller. We add to those all of those who we carry in our hearts, and we join in the words of Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah, v'alma divrach hirutei v'amlich malchutei, b'chayachon v'yomachon, v'chayei decho Beit Yisrael, b'agala uvizman kari v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach leolam ulamei almaya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal, shmei dukudasha brichu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, ta'amiram bi'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shmaya, v'chayim aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Zichronam livracha, may their memories be for a blessing. Before we close with the song, I'd like to share a blessing for the new year by Rabbi Barry Block. On this last Shabbat of 2021, we come before you, O God, mindful of all we have lost in this difficult year, a year of grief, a year of strife, a year of loneliness. We are eager to bid this year farewell, to turn the page to a year of healing and restoration for each of us individually, for our congregation and community.
Before 2021 ends, though, let us also acknowledge with gratitude a year of scientific advances, a year of finding ways to come together in community, both online and in person. We have reached out to one another across distance, a year of healing. The true measure of this year will be found in the days, months, and years to come. Let us learn from the challenges and opportunities of this year that is closing, to care not only for our own health, but also for the health of others, to reduce the inequities that have exacerbated this pandemic among the poor, in community of colors, and in the developing countries worldwide. Closer to home, perhaps we have a new appreciation of those we love and others who reach out to those who are isolated. And let us celebrate that we have found new ways to meet you, God, in sacred community, both in person and through the computer, as we have on our screen again tonight. Let 2021 and its horrific ills be behind us, and let this coming year bring us hope of restoration, of ever-increasing healing, of joining hands and hearts with the blessings of all that we have learned in this challenging year. Amen. We're going to close with Biyado and then Kiddush and Motzi. Biyado is on page 321, last stanza on the page. Biyado afkid ruchi, beit ishan ve'ayira, ve'im ruchi geviati, Adonai li velo ira, ve'im ruchi geviati, Adonai li velo ira. My soul I give to you, my spirit in your care. Draw me near, I shall not fear. Hold me in your hand. Draw me near, I shall not fear. Safely in your hand. Beyado afkid ruchi, beit ishan ve'ayira, ve'im ruchi geviati, Adonai li velo ira, ve'im ruchi geviati, Adonai li velo ira. I want to thank Dr. Randy Polvoy for his beautiful composition that he brought to us this evening to help bring in our new year of 2022. And I wish all of you a year of health and a year of blessing. Let's join in Kiddush. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho v'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu, zikaron lema'aseh v'reshit, ki hu yom techila l'mikra'e kodesh, zecher letziat Mitzrayim, kivanu v'acharta, v'otanu kidashta, mikol ha'amim, b'shabbat kodshecha, be'ahava uvratzon, hinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai, mikadesh haShabbat. L'chaim. We join in Hamotzi. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Happy New Year. See all of you in 2022. Thank you so much for being